Hello my friends, I am G Hondo. Welcome back to our Let's Play of Aurora Season 2. This is Episode 2. Right off the bat, just before I get into things here, fair bit of warning. Just as an experiment, and because it may be fun, my wife is in a quite chatty mood today, so I've given her my old microphone, so you may or may not, depending on if I've set this up correctly, be able to hear her. She's in a chatty mood, and she's looking at yarn, so don't be surprised if you hear a lot of talk about colors and patterns and whatever else yarn involves. I have no idea. I'm no expert. Anyway, I'm just going to quickly go over what I've done since the end of the last episode, and it's not much. First and foremost, you're going to notice right off the bat a whole stack of colonies here. I went through and I just tagged every single colony that has any minerals at all. Fair enough. The other thing I did is, because we are running, in my opinion, kind of low on neutronium, I want to get Venus going right away, because it seems to me like it's got the best pile of neutronium. So on Earth, I am building mass drivers and auto mines. We can't actually move them yet because I don't have a shipyard big enough, but we're working on that, so that will be fine. So I'm just going to put the ticker on here, and let's get rolling. Currently, oh, that's right, that's the other thing I did. I added a bunch of survey, like geology teams to a couple, not every single one of them, but to a bunch of the planets and a couple of the comets, just, you know, to get that process started. Because especially on Venus, because if it will give me free minerals, I'd like them. Anyway, we shall continue. And the topic of conversation right up until the second before I clicked on the camera was colors that would go well with a turquoise base, and I think the final answer we ended up with was either yellow or maybe a hot pink.
I'm going amethyst and yellow.
I'm sorry, amethyst, not turquoise. I'm already losing my mind. Never mind.
Yeah, I know. I want amethyst and yellow. Hopefully it turns into a really nice shawl.
Amethyst and yellow should be alright, I would think. Granted, my opinion in an empty sack is worth an empty sack, but anyway. Simon Bolivar. Oh, that was my scout. Yeah, it's done. That's fine. Oh, there we go. The mass drivers are done. Now it's going to start building the auto mines that I can start pulling away. Again, once I have the capacity to build a cargo ship big enough. That may take a while. In the meantime, our next drive is researched. Excellent. So we will need... At some point we will need to start researching how to build gates. I may as well... I don't have a construction person, so I may as well start researching that. It's not urgent. I'm not ready to anywhere near the point of building gates yet, but I should at least know how to. Getting some messages about minerals, and shipping prices are outrageous, yes.
The United Kingdom.
She's excited because she bought something from the United Kingdom, and just to give you some geographical correlation on why that's important, we're in Canada, nowhere near Europe, so that will probably make a lot more sense knowing that than... Ceres and Venus were both done their surveying. There may have been another. Let's tag.
That's kind of scary.
What's scary?
It didn't ask me to enter my card information for the second order
Did you tell it to remember it?
No.
Apparently you did anyway.
And that's even scarier. The shipping for this order is higher than the shipping for the last order coming from the United Kingdom, and this one's coming from the United States. It's less. This order is less money than the other order.
Yeah, it's kind of messed up. None of these should have stopped the timer. Oh well, anyway. Keep
This
going.
is very sad.
What's sad?
Well, you would think that the order coming from the United States would be ready to ship long before the order coming from the United Kingdom. However, the order coming from the United Kingdom is ready to ship in 1 to 2 days, business days. The order coming from the United States will be ready to ship in 1 to 2 weeks.
Well, that's ready to ship, not actually arriving. That's how long it'll take them to get the stuff, put it on a truck or a plane or...
No, that's what I said though. You would still think that the one in the United States would be faster to be ready for shipping.
Why is that? The country has nothing to do with how long it takes for them to gather an order together. What would it matter? After shipping, the one from the States should arrive here first. That's fine. It absolutely makes sense. But in terms of just getting your order ready, that's got nothing to do with the country, right? Or at least it shouldn't. Unless, of course, the stuff you're buying from the States actually originally comes from England. So it very well could. There you go. Well, maybe they're European sheep and not American sheep. That's certainly a possibility. It keeps pausing on these skill increases, and it really shouldn't, because they're not... That's not what I would consider relevant, but apparently the default is a skill increase as a pause. For some reason. Or at least for a team increase, not for an individual, I guess. But still, it seems a little bit weird to have a breakpoint on that. In my opinion, anyway. But who knows? Should probably actually put it up to 30-day increments instead of 5, because really not much else is happening until we get the shipyard upgrade done. And I think it'll actually... Yeah, it'll actually need one more after that, because that'll only bring it to 20. So, yeah, let's do 30-day increment. Well, either the... Could also be the research might finish first. I'm not sure. I didn't... Oh, well, there's your answer right there. It will be the research that finishes first. That's fine, too. Although this should be, yeah, very close to done. Okay. So that's still working on that. There's probably nothing here we need immediately. Well, unless I improve the sensors, but I think that can wait. We haven't even got a gate open yet, let alone need to build a better scout. I could increase, you know, either speed or fuel capacity. We don't really need weapons of any kind. Don't think I need any of this stuff immediately. Definitely don't need weapons immediately. Or defenses, for that matter. So maybe I'll just do a generally useful upgrade, like mining speed. And we actually have a construction person. How nice. Excellent. Alright, off they go. Oops, hang on. Somebody is spamming me that there's no more minerals on Mercury. Okay. Be really nice if these were in some kind of order that made sense. I have no idea what order these are being put in, but it does not make sense to me. Come on. Thank you. Anyway. Unless that's the order I tagged them in, maybe. I'm not sure. Either way. Okay. That early jump gate is done. So I could actually build a little tiny jump ship, or a jump gate building ship, just to get those, those things done. I might do that. That might not be a bad idea. In the meantime, let's just give this guy his labs back. And yeah, let's go build a wee... Oops, that's not the right screen, sorry. Let's go build a wee little jump gate builder. I'm terribly original, as you know. And there probably isn't anything... Huh. There's a couple, actually. None of those really make a whole lot of sense, so I guess you'll just be a jump tender, I guess. Why not? There we go. Oh wow, even the small one's 25,000. I deliberately took the small one instead of the 180-day one, which is obviously twice the speed, because I thought that would make this a lot smaller. But that's still going to be way too large to actually build anytime soon, but we'll at least design it, that's fine. This thing will need to be out for at least a year, probably more. We'll give it 24. Obviously it needs an engine or two. And probably a lot more fuel than that. So we'll give it a very large fuel. Although, it's going to spend most of its time just building the gate. It doesn't really matter how fast it gets there. I could just give it a really tiny engine. Be a lot more fuel efficient. So it'll take a really long time to get to wherever it's going, take a year to build the gate, and then a really long time to get back. I'm fine with that. Yeah, that'll work. But yes, we will definitely need to get up to the 30,000 range before I can actually build one of these. But that's fine. We at least have it designed, it's ready to go. Okay, let's keep rolling. Shouldn't be too much longer till the shipyard's up to 20,000, then we'll have to do the jump to 30,000, which will take a while, but that's okay. Because we can't really do all that much of any real value until that's done. Because the mass drivers are also 25,000, so we need a full-size cargo bay to use them. Yep, all the auto mines are done, so we are absolutely ready to haul some of those stuff off to Venus as soon as we're able to. Oops, I can see some spam about IO. Okay. Good enough. And back at it we go. Oh, I should actually check. Oh, okay, we stopped anyway. Yeah, it finished at the same time. I didn't notice it, so we just lost a few ticks there. Oops. Oh well. There's no such thing as interesting junk mail. It goes against the principles of junk mail. And what shall we do next? Well, maybe let's get some of these going. Make those retoolings a bit cheaper. That would be helpful. It's not a huge amount, it's only 5%, but we might as well have it. Cost saving is good saving. But it's still so nice watching these like entire months tick by in less time than a single day increment was taking in the old by the end of the old series. I'm so glad I started over. even though I was obviously miles and miles and miles and miles ahead technologically. It still seems so much more worth it to me. Alright, so that was the shipyard done, or at least the cost saving done. Let's just go ahead and do that again. Make it a 10% savings, which would be nice. So I suspect we'll have quite a few retoolings to do. So we'll have a carrier, a digger, jump gate builder. So there's at least 3 different kinds of ships I'll be trying to build. So I do foresee, excuse me, quite a few retoolings coming. Well, that's fine. Not a problem.
You don't have a box of the month if you're not going to get it out in the same month you have it.
Box of the month, but not in that month.
Well, it's the thing I ordered was the yarn kit thingy of the month, and yet now they're saying because they have a backlog, they actually don't deliver it in that month. What's the point of having a yarn box of the month if you're not going to actually send it in that month?
Well, I mean, I guess if you get it on like the 1st or 2nd of the month after, would be close enough, wouldn't it? No?
The
Okay.
backlog's going to, according to this, it could be like the 1st of May before I actually see what I just ordered. According to the email I just received.
Surely you don't mind a 2-month delay, do you? Awesome. Anyway, let's find something to research here that might be helpful. Let's say maybe... I don't really need reactors yet because I don't have any weapons. So I guess I'll just start working towards the next reactor just so I can unlock the next power. That'll do.
That's what I wanted.
Lots of messages floating by here, and most of them seem unimportant. I'm not actually able to see most of them, but I guess they aren't that big a deal. Oh, it keeps distracting me. I keep looking down at them to try and read them. Research is done. Yep, there's the next drive. Very expensive, but that's quite okay. 4 years. Oh, okay, this is almost done. Cool. Okay. There it is. Okay, shipyard is now at 30. Sweet. Okay. Which means now we can retool for the gate builder. That is done. Excellent. We can go ahead and build a gate builder. And we should be able now, oops, that's not the right screen, go away, to finish up design of the, well, both the cargo ship and the asteroid miner. Actually, I guess the asteroid miner I could have already done, but that's okay. No big deal. So we'll just give it a wee tiny fuel-efficient engine. That way it can move around for quite a while. It won't move very fast, but it'll move around for a long time. Although, again, it's the kind that's just going to kind of sit somewhere. I guess it doesn't matter. So it's just a wee tiny little thing, and that's fine. But if I make it bigger, I might be able to get it to be able to be retooled from the gate builder. Not sure if I'm going to be able to do that or not, or if it's even worth trying to get it to do that or not, but well, I could bring it up to about 5. It'll really, really crawl, but I could do that. If I give it the better engine, it still really crawls, but it's a little bit better. I could give it more gas, I guess. That range seems a bit low. I don't think it's going to be able to get out to most of the comets if I do that. So I think I'm better off just to keep this thing light by using less asteroid miners. Just have a single one on each. A few good drives like that, and then a fair bit of fuel. Yeah, I think that'll be better. But at least then it gets to the actual asteroid at a halfway decent time, and it can actually make it to some of the outer ones, although it'll have to go out and right back, but that's fine. And then I'll just have to build a whole bunch of these, I guess. And that's fine. So that's the asteroid miner designed. Did I make that big enough to... No. Okay. Yeah, the only ones I've got close enough for the scanner and the gas pump. That's not really helpful. Oh well, that's okay. Anyway, let's get the cargo ship ready to go here. I did have, there it is, the improved cargo handler, making the original cargo handler obsolete. Good. And you will definitely need some kind of drive. And probably just more fuel, I guess. Which I got 1,100. And 50 more. There. That range does, I don't know, that just strikes me as really, really low. I mean, maybe it's not, but that strikes me as awfully low. Okay, I think we're going to go back down to the smaller engines here. Oops, I only want 2 of them. Actually, I should get away with 1 of them, I think. Oh, it's so slow, though. I know you're not talking about me, but what's the coolest thing ever? Okay. Okay. That sounds like the coolest thing ever. Oh, I will take your word for that. I have no idea. Okay, that's the cargo ship designed, the digger designed. So now we just need to let it build the gate builder and then do some retooling. Oh, and I should see, are they interchangeable at all? No. Okay, so I'll just have to... That's fine. I'll do it the hard way. It's fine. I'll just have to retool it after each one. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. But I'll build the cargo ship first. That way I can haul the auto mines and mass driver over to Venus, get that process started, while it's building however many asteroid miners I end up deciding to go with. I haven't decided how many that will be yet, but however many it is. But for now, let's go ahead and retool for that cargo miner. Or cargo miner. How about cargo ship? That would make sense. Wow. How are we for fuel? Not good. Okay. Well, it's been about 20 years since I last ran fuel, so I think I'm safe to run it for a month or two here. Take that off, run a month, run another. Okay, 3 months is plenty. That's basically 2 years worth of it running at the other side. Shut that back off. And in the meantime, this has finished, so we'll go ahead and start building that cargo ship. Actually, I guess the very first thing I should do is use that cargo ship to start taking off the illegal stuff I've got here. Starting with the fuel refineries, because obviously that's the most noticeable bit that's quote-unquote cheating. So that's, I think, what we'll do first, once that's done. Because then I can just leave that on indefinitely and not have to worry about any risk of cheating. So, research was done. That's cool. Let's get something else going here. Maybe the next research rate, because that'll come in handy forever and ever down the line. That works. And that ship is about 2/3 done. That's not bad. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. There we go. Cargo ship is done. So let's now switch that over to asteroid miners. And get this cargo ship. I guess we can detach both of these while I'm at it. I'm not actually going to go build those gates just yet because I don't want to use the fuel up, frankly. Oops. There it is. Okay, so no, right there. I couldn't find Earth. Apparently I'm not really good at this sort of thing, so let's load fuel refinery. So what I want to see is if that takes one full one or if it just takes a portion of one or what have you. So we're at 30, I think that says 36. I really can't read this font. Yeah, 36. We'll let that work on that. Takes a few hours. Yeah, okay, so now it's definitely 35, so it took one full one. Okay, that's fine. So this will be a bit of a process, but we can do this. Okay, I'm just going to get rid of this just so I don't have to keep switching off it. I'm never going to use this group anyway. Now, my cargo ship will be the default group. That'll be so much easier. Okay. Okay, so if I do an unload here, it's just going to put it back as a factory. So I can't put it into the stockpile, it looks like. But that's okay. That's fine. I guess I could just dump them on the moon. I'm probably never going to colonize the moon. And it would be really close by. Unless there's some way directly just to jettison. There should be some way to jettison. Cargo. Ah. Alright, there we go. Delete cargo. Okay, that'll work. Now, the sad part to that, though, is I'd have to do that manually, whereas if I do just, like, say, dump it on the moon, I could just set a repeating order. I could say that to Luna, wherever Luna went. Oh, okay, I have to make this an actual colony temporarily. Not a problem, we can do that. Like I said, I'm not actually going to colonize or like, have any actual use for it. I just want somewhere to dump these things off. So that I can use an automated order and not have to do this the really hard way. Okay, so that is fine. So we have 35 of them right now, so we need to do this 30 times in total. We've already got one of them, so we need to repeat that block 29 times. And hope we don't run out of fuel. Okay, well the actual trip is less than 2 hours, so I think we'll be okay for fuel. And apparently a website sucks. It's not mine, I don't have one. Guess they don't want any business. I guess that makes sense though. If you don't want people to order stuff from you, just don't give them any capacity to order from you. Makes sense to me.
Well, it tells you all the places you can buy it from. And those places even have websites. But you don't put that product on their websites. You actually apparently have to go to the store. Well, there isn't a store in our city that sells this particular product. So
Good.
how the hell am I supposed to order this product that I want?
Off one of their competitors, apparently. Or one of their sub-distributors.
No, they're the ones that actually developed it.
Right, but they tell you about all their other retailers. Maybe you can just buy it off one of them.
No, they sell it to the retailer.
Right.
And I've gone to all the retailers.
And none of them can let you
They
order.
don't sell them online.
Awesome. Retooling is done. Excellent. So now we can go ahead and start building asteroid miners. And they should only take, yeah, a little over a year to build. That's not bad. In the meantime, yes, our fuel refineries are back down to where they belong, so I'm allowed now to put this on and leave it on, because I'm no longer in a state where I could consider cheating. Then I just need to get rid of some of these other things, like the ordnance and fighter factories. Although I'm going to go and start sending the mass driver and auto mines first. I'm not doing anything with these, so it doesn't really matter that they're there right now. But I will get rid of them, because like I say, I don't want to risk cheating. That's fine. Okay, so the cargo ship. Oh, it's not quite done unloading that last one. That's fine. Well, when you are done, you go and refuel at Earth, so I know that you're ready. Okay. Alright, so at Earth, you're going to load... where's mass driver? Just one, please. I know it only can hold one anyway, but just out of paranoia. Load that one mass driver, and head on over to Venus, and unload it. That's at 36% fuel. Okay. That will give me an idea of how many times I can go back and forth before I need to refuel. Because this is several days away, of course. Okay, that wasn't even enough to knock a percent off, so I can go back and forth quite a few times with this amount of fuel. Excellent. Then in that case, I'm not going to worry about it so much. Load auto mine and Venus. Unload auto mine. And I want that to be done a total of 50 times, so I need 49 repeats. Do so there. And when you're done all of that, then and only then, go refuel. So that order will take quite a while. Yeah, a couple of years to finish completely, but that's fine. Every trip it makes will let the colony on Venus improve its mining capacity. Set that now so I don't forget. And awesome. Well, let's keep going. The only downfall to Venus, it has plenty of materials, but they have generally really poor accessibility. So it's going to take quite a while to have enough to even bother sending a mineral packet, let alone a good one. It's going to need quite a few of these mines, if not most of them, before it's steadily supplying decent amounts. Well, that's okay. If we check it now where it only has a few mines, I suspect we'll see it's got yeah, it's only producing right now basically, well, 48 a year, which is nothing. But it's only got a tenth of its mines, so that will improve, but it's never going to be mining well. It's always going to be a slow process. I'll probably have to send more than just those 50 mines, but I figured that's enough to get it going at least. And for now, that's good enough. Moving on. Although it could actually be sending the I don't know what the minimum amount for to send a mineral packet is. Well, the two kind of work together, right? If you don't know what the price is and you can't buy it, those two things sort of work out well.
No, this site actually will let you buy it, I think. I haven't figured out how. But it will let you, I think. It just doesn't tell you the prices.
Hmm. Maybe you have to start a full, like actually start an order and then, because once it's in the card it has to show you, because you can't charge a card without telling the person what it is. But maybe that's what you have to do, is actually tell it you're truly interested by actually adding it to a cart. Just a guess, I have no idea. Alright, our first asteroid miner is done. That's good. Stole all my fuel, which is less than good, but anyway. But what I'd like it to do is build future ones right into that same group. And since my cargo ship is very, very busy right now, I'm not going to actually send out the asteroid miners yet, because they're going to kind of work hand in hand with the cargo ship. Instead of having the cargo ship drop a mass driver like I did last time, I'm actually just going to have it come in and pick up material and carry it back But it's very, very busy. And it'll be a long time before it's not busy, so there's no urgency to start the asteroid mining process yet. So for now, they can just sit there and wait. And in the time it takes to actually build the ship, that gives me time to generate at least some fuel for it. So once they are all built, however many I end up doing, I haven't decided yet, then we'll be able to get going. But for now, we're just going to keep pushing over auto mines, such that Venus will slowly become better and better at producing materials for us, which is awesome. If I can... Maybe if I... Come on. There. Yeah, so currently the mineral packet it's got ready... Well, actually, it might be firing it every tick, because it would get all the way across in 5 days if it's going at that speed. I just don't... In fact, I'm curious now if it actually is trying to go, so I'm going to put it down to a smaller increment just for a little bit. Okay, so it actually has been firing them every time. Interesting. So it will fire as little as 4 tons. No, it's not 3 hours, I wanted 1 day. There we go. I guess, though, as the mineral packet sizes get bigger, the speed will come down, because it is still kind of like a ship, sort of. You can think of it that way. It's got a fixed engine size, effectively. So the more it weighs, the slower it goes. But right now, because we're only able to mine 6 tons per trip, it's that's so little it can zip it across in no time. It's neat, though. That is definitely neat. I just want to check and make sure I didn't miss a pop-up. Oh no, research is still going, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything, because that will happen from time to time, and nothing bugs me more than inactive research labs. So. Okay, so the cargo ship would like some attention. Kind of figured it would at some point. That's still got quite a few to go. So what I will do is I'll give it a conditional order to go and refuel. Which should trigger right now. And since it is near Earth, that is going to be the best spot for it. We have some fuel there. Oh, it's going to try and go to Venus, and there's not going to be any fuel there. Or it won't do it until it's done all the current orders. That also could be a possibility. Okay, well then let's just do this the simple way. You, sir, go refuel. There, okay. So now you should have... Yeah, you got plenty. Okay. The slight downfall of that being, of course, I have no idea how many more mines to send across. 21. Okay. We can do that. Not a problem. Auto mine. Yes, please. And Venus. Unload. And we need to repeat 20 of those to make the 21 we're trying to do. Excellent. Do so now. You can see the speeds here are coming down, even though the tonnage isn't enough to tick over to the next full digit, but it's obviously keeping track of decimals. So you can see the speed is starting to ease down for these mineral packets. They'll get down to as low as, I think, 1,000 is the slowest they go. And we have another asteroid miner done. Let's keep that trend going here. And build another. Oh, it's going to be annoying because there wasn't enough fuel at the time. That's going to be annoying. Let us then oops, come back here. There. We'll just equalize their fuel, and that should do the job. Yeah, that should at least stop them from complaining too much, I think. Or it'll make both of them complain. Okie dokie. Was that enough to... No, that shouldn't have been enough to keep them quiet. Okay, we'll just have to let them complain for a bit. We'll just have to let them complain until we actually have a halfway decent amount of fuel on board. That should be enough to keep them both quiet. Yep, okay. That will do. Did something else happen that actually requires... You're right, there are no loads to do. What are you talking about? No idea. Right, you don't have anything to do because there's nothing for you to do. So stop trying to do it. Is the short answer. Silly thing. Alright, now we're moving again. Awesome. This is quite neat. Mostly what I mean by that is turns are moving at a speed I can tolerate. I was playing so long on that other one. Like, even on top of what I was showing on camera, there were a lot of times where I would be playing through turns off camera just to do some research or build a ship or what have you. It just, oh, brutally painful process. And there we go. Research is done. Excellent. I think the next thing we'll work on is mining speed. Because once that's done, then Venus will be more useful to us. It's already improving rapidly, getting all these extra mines in, but we might as well also have those mines do better. Double word score. Yeah, so once these are done moving all the mines, I'll have the cargo ship start moving off all those other things that don't belong, like the ordnance facility factories and the fighter factories and those sorts of things. Put them all on the moon, and then I'll just abandon colony, and they'll all be gone. And then there's no chance that I was cheating. And that's good. I haven't been counting it going back and forth, but I have to assume it's almost done. I'd like to assume that anyway. Okay, good. So you got enough fuel that you won't be complaining. That's good. Let's get another one going here. Oh, okay, good. It is done. Okay. So now, what do we need rid of? So we need rid of... Well, frankly, I can just get rid of all these maintenance facilities, but they accomplish absolutely nothing, so I'm not even going to bother, because there's nothing for me to use that will actually use them anyway, because I have maintenance off, so I'm not even going to bother with them. But these have to go 24 ordnance factories. Okay. Ordnance to the moon. $24 of them, so 20, whoops, not 123, 23 repeats. Yes, please. Which means we can come back over here. Eh. And once that comes back from Venus, we'll be able to see it start shuffling those back and forth and back and forth. And we may even happen to occasionally see a mineral packet arrive if it happens to arrive on that tick of the day, but either way, you can watch this thing bounce back and forth as it rips apart all these illegal factories. Boingy, 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 boingy. And yes, that amuses me, but I always was an Animaniacs fan. And if anyone else remembers that show, you'll know exactly why I always giggle when I say boingy, 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 because that's where I got it from. There we go. Okay, so that has sorted out the ordnance factories. Now we need rid of 9 fighter factories. Okay. We can do that. Earth. Fighter factory. Luna. Unload. Fighter factory, 9 of them, so 8 repeats. Let me guess. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought you did. 5, 6, 7, 8, so there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, then you can just go back to Earth and refuel, and I know you're done. Excellent. Those bounce back and forth a few times. Boing, 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 boing. Could not be completed. Okay. Well, you picked up some fuel. That's close enough. You couldn't fully fuel, but that's fine. Okay. Now, is there anything else on Earth we need rid of? These are fine. These are fine. Those are fine. Oh, I missed one fighter factory. Okay, we can fix that. But yeah, then we are done. So everything else is okay. So 1 fighter factory, and then we can abandon Luna. factory. Luna. Okay. There we go. So as Luna has no minerals whatsoever. All it has is these extra things that we were not allowed to have. Goodbye, Luna. Yes, I am. And there we go. Earth is now following the rules according to the way I set them. Again, excluding this because it's completely irrelevant. I have maintenance off. If you really want me to, I will remove them. Just leave me a comment. But at this point, I see that as 57 trips to the moon for no reason. Because, like I say, I have maintenance off, so they aren't doing anything. But everything else is as per my rules. It's Earth, it's allowed construction facilities and auto mines. Everything else is 5 or less. We are good here. And that means, I guess, we can start working on some asteroid mines. But I think we will save that for next episode, because we're running pretty close to time control. So at this point, I would like to thank everyone for watching today. And until next time, stay calm, and I hope to see you again in the next video. So goodbye from me,
Bye.
and goodbye from Lisa. Have a good one. See ya.